All right. Welcome, everybody. And I have no idea what today is. Today is Wednesday, May 20th. And this is going to be training. So it really is a welcome call for new consultants. But because things have changed so much in the course of the last few months, we are encouraging everyone to pretend like you're a new consultant and just kind of get a jump start and start over again a little bit. So it's pretty basic information, but it's also really good information to have. And so if you're not new, but you are just doing it as a refresher course, it'll really help you as you welcome new consultants, onto your team as well to know where to find things as you are welcoming them. So, yay! Hello, Janine. Hello. All right, here we go. So we are going to start with, we're going to pretend like everybody's new. Okay, so whether you're new, whether you're newish, whether you are kickstarting your business, we're going to pretend like everybody's starting with a blank slate. And we all start with exactly the same kit. In fact, your kits are nicer than our kits are, or were. I started 27 years ago, and I used to tell people that I started with Pampered Chef because I got a Christmas credit card bill, and I was shocked at how much I spent. But now, when in hindsight, I realize, you know what? The reason I had that credit card bill was because we weren't making ends meet and we needed the income. And so, bottom line is, we had credit card debt that I needed to get rid of and get rid of permanently. So that's why I ordered my kit. A friend of mine called me and said, I think I found something you ought to do. And here I am, 27 years later. So no matter what your reason for starting is, we're here to support you. We are happy to help you. All of our director team is happy to help. We work together. And so whether you are starting part-time or you want to do this as a side gig alongside a full-time job or to replace a full-time income, or whatever your reason is, or whatever the amount of money you need, we're here to support you in making that happen. And I hope that you have thought about how much money you'd like to make every month, because if you treat it like a hobby, and you just do a party here and there, you're going to end up spending money and not making money. And this is such a wonderful opportunity for whether you earmark it for a specific bill, or to pay cash for college, or to pay off a college loan, a car, new tires for your car. It doesn't matter. It just really matters that you stop and think, what is it that you want out of your business? Because as much as we want to help you and as much as we're here to support you, we can't do the work for you. It's going to require time and effort, just like anything that you learn that's new requires time and effort. So first things first, and the very first thing that every new consultant does, or anyone looking to jumpstart their business does, is to make a list. And you're going to make a list, and it's going to be a long list, like 40 people, 50 people, 100 people is even better, but start with at least 40 and make a list of people that would help you get started in your business. And we absolutely want you to say to them, hey, Kathy, will you help me get started in my business? But Kathy, whether she says it out loud or not, is wondering what's in it for her. So we want you to make a list of people that could help you get started because they love you and because they would do anything for you. But we also want you to think about how it would enrich their lives when you ask them. So I'm going to ask Kathy to be one of my first few shows, and I'm going to tell her that she's one of my first few shows, and I'm looking for, someone to help me to get started and how much I would appreciate it. And I'm also going to tell her what she's going to get out of it. And she's going to get a lot of free products. She's going to be handsomely and well rewarded with products. So I want to personalize it. I want to know if Kathy's a baker. We've got all these cool baking products. I thought of you right away. If she's someone who's quick and easy, whatever it is, everyone on your list, you want to think about what it is that they would get out of this business. Okay, so first things first, we want you to start making the list. Start with it mental, and then we're gonna show you ways to get that even more cemented by the time you even hang up tonight. Okay. So I want to show you, first things first, I want to show you a couple of things here. I'm going to share my screen. So you want to be where you can see my screen, or your screen, which is going to be my screen. I don't know how to say that. So I'm going to show you this because this is just really basic, but it's changed. So whether you are a new consultant or whether you are someone who just wants to jumpstart their business, this is going to look different to you. This has changed dramatically in the last year. So this is just Consultants Corner. I'm going to sign in. I have this bookmarked, and I'm going to sign in to Consultants Corner. And this is what everybody's Consultants Corner, when you go into Consultants Corner, this is what it looks like. These are my open parties. There's the dash button here is new, and then the teal is Consultants Corner. So it's color coded. There's teal, which is Consultants Corner. There's purple, which is for training. And then there's this teal question mark over here at the top of the bar where your name is. And if you drop down on that, you can edit it. But right here, this question mark says help. This is going to solve so many of your dilemmas, okay? So this is for new consultants, but it's really for all of us that can't remember where to find something. Just about everything you want to find is right here behind this question mark. There is information here on how to set up your first party. There's information here on how to activate your website for the first 90 days. Because you do, as a new consultant, get a free website for the first 90 days. You don't have to pay for it. So this tells you how to activate it. This is a really important tab right here. And this is how to set up your direct deposit, this one right here. And the reason that one is so important is because that's where you're going to get paid. So you want to get that set up right away if you haven't done that already. And they will directly deposit your paycheck into that account, which is not to be confused with the under my account, how to set up my OPA. Your OPA is going to be money in and money out of a bank account. Okay, so that's going to be, let's say that you go down to the local branch and you take out, you just get a free checking account, whatever their lowest level, cheapest checking account is. And you're going to deposit $50, $100, whatever the requirement is, minimum requirement. This is where if someone pays you with a check or someone pays you with cash, you're going to deposit that money into that bank account, and then Pampered Chef is going to debit that account for the same amount. So it's money in, money out. And all this is giving them your routing number for your checking account. And it can be the same as the routing number used for your direct deposit. Mine is. But mainly without that, then no one can pay you with check or cash. And sometimes people do. Like I actually had somebody pay me with Venmo this week, and it meant that we could get the party closed for the host. And so we didn't have to wait. She doesn't use credit cards or debit cards, and we didn't have to wait on her mail a check. We were able to just use Venmo, and you could use PayPal Cash, and then you could also do it that way. So it's a way to be able to have your customers pay with a check or with cash. It doesn't even happen all that often, but if it does, you need a place for that money to go. So this is a really important, that's that question mark. This is basically going to take you to everything you need to know. This is an important one here about refunds and exchanges. If there's a problem with an order, there's the phone number, how to reach the home office, how to send an email, how to do a live chat, and how to call. Calling is always my last resort. I always try to do a live chat first, or track it myself before I call, because I don't want to have to wait on the phone. And most everything can be achieved without waiting on hold and talking to a person. So we're going to go back to Consultants Corner, and then that's really what I wanted to show you. There's one more thing I want to show you in Dash. So Dash is going to be where you're going to find the most up-to-date training, and it's spinning. Other people are on Dash right now. Here we go. So what I want you to think about when you're in Dash is that the most important two things in here for you right now are going to be the Welcome tab, and there are going to be 4 tasks inside of the Welcome tab, and then the Getting Started tab, and there's going to be 6 inside of there for a total of 10. Now, those are going to take about 5 minutes a piece. So in an hour's time, you're going to work right through easily work right through Getting Started. And when you are in Getting Started, that's where it's going to show you how to set up a Facebook business page, which you have to do before you can do a virtual party. So that's going to be found right in there. But what I also want you to do, and I want you to write these words down, I want you to write down the words launch, Launch, list. And so just write those words down so you remember later to look it up. And you're going to search for a launch list inside of here. And it's going to show you right here where to find the launch list. It's easy for you to say launch list. And the launch list is going to help you come up with those first 40 names of people that you're going to ask to help you host parties. So it's kind of like prompts for you. It's a great resource for you. But so you can search that. You don't need me to do it with you. You can do this on your own, but you're going to want to search inside of Dash for launch list. And Dash and Consultants Corner are like having two different binders. They don't talk to each other. So if I search for something inside of Dash, it's only searching in Dash. It's not searching in Consultants Corner, and vice versa. So if I'm in Consultants Corner and I search it, I'm going to get a different result. So you want to search inside of Dash for launch list, and you also inside of Dash want to do the welcome and getting started tabs and all of the assignments that are in there. They're really kind of cool, actually. There's really good information there. There's videos. It's very interactive, and you'll learn a lot by doing that. And in fact, you're going to need to do that in order to really start your training. Okay. All right. So any questions? I know I'm going kind of fast. I'm going to stop screen sharing right now. Here we go. Oh, stop share. Get this out of the way. Okay, now I can see all of your faces again. Any questions to that point? Everybody's caught up. Everybody's paying attention. You know the difference between Consultants Corner and Dash. Okay, Consultants Corner, you're going to find numbers and tracking and that sort of thing. Dash is going to be for training. Okay, and I'm sure it's an acronym. I just don't know what it stands for. Does anybody know what it stands for? I don't, but it's an acronym. I just don't know what it's for. We're going to say it's going to dash you to the finish line for success. Because seriously, everything that you need to get started is behind Dash. So Pampered Chef has a program, and this is also inside of Dash, that is set up for new consultants. How many people on this call are in your first 90 days of business?
I am, and I just booked my second party.
Okay, so we've got about half the people on the call. So excellent. Yay. Okay, so Pampered Chef has this special program for new consultants. It's like a pot of gold. It's like they have a $3,000 pot of gold, pile of cash that they're leaving on the table. And they're saying, if you are interested in a leadership position with the Pampered Chef, we'll give you a $3,000 bonus. So I'm just here to tell you, not many people are going to walk away from that cash. I mean, you can do it. It's just a matter of starting with the intentions of doing it. And the way that you do it is by paying attention to your personal selves and by helping other people join your team. That's really all we do. We do personal shows and we help other people join our teams and help them learn how to do parties. So we make two levels of commission. We have commission from our own personal selves, and we make commission from the company based on the time we spend working with our team and how our team performance is, just like any other job when you're in a management position. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start exactly what you said. We want you to start off strong. So if you're going to do one party, you may as well do 4, and I will tell you why. Because we're going to share an outline with you, and we're going to help you get everything set up. We've got training on how to do a virtual party. In fact, it's tomorrow night. Mark your calendars. Tomorrow night, 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern, and do the math on the West Coast. So what would that be? 4:45 on the West Coast. So we're going to help you with that too. And here's what I'm going to tell you. When you have 4 parties set up, it doesn't take but about an extra 10 minutes a day to do 4 parties instead of 1. And just like anything else, when you have multiple parties going and you're doing it over and over again, you learn so much better. You're not starting over again. So for example, if you do 1 party and then you skip a week and you do another party, and you skip 2 weeks and you do another party, and you skip a month and you do another party. Look at Sandy's shaking her head. Then by the time you go to do the second party, you can't remember what you did with the first party. And then you feel totally lost over and over again. But if you do 4 parties at once, it does not take much extra time at all. And in fact, it reinforces what you're learning so that it's faster and easy the next time you go to set up parties. You are setting yourself up for total success if you do 4 parties a week. And virtual parties, I run the exact same outline in all 4 parties. I am comfortable doing, I like doing 4 parties a week, but I won't turn down 6. So I will do up to 6. And I will tell you this, I'm in the groove better. Whenever I just have 1 party or 2 parties, I'm not in the groove. When I've got 4 or 6, I feed off of the energy, and I think they can feel it too, because I'm more, in it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just so much easier to do. So whenever we set up our parties, I use a posting service. You can also use Facebook as a scheduler, but I teach to a posting service. It's free for the first 30 days, does not cost anything for 30 days. It's called Post My Party, and they have a 30-day trial period for Pampered Chef consultants. So we don't want to give you the code for the free trial until you've got those parties, everything is set up and ready to go, so that you can maximize as many of the 30 days as possible. Because the last thing you want to do is order your kit today, get your 30 days free, and not start your parties until the following Friday. Now you've just wasted 8 days of your 30 days free. So don't start your free trial until you're ready to get those set up, hopefully this Friday. So, all right, so where am I? Well, I'm gonna have to look at my notes here. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about that. We all have Facebook groups for our teams for training. All of the directors on our teams have them. So if you're not already in those Facebook training groups, that's where you'll get recognition. It's where you'll get information. It's where you'll get some additional training. It's where you'll get announcements for training. So you want to make sure that you are hooked into your team's Facebook group. That's really, really important. And then also reach out to your trainer and your recruiter and let them know that you are there as well. And your recruiter may or may not be your director. It just depends on who helped you get started. And a lot of our consultants that are on their way to directorships are, helping people get started, and they are very valuable because I don't know, it's just lots of different personalities, and with different personalities you get different training styles, different information, and you really do. I learn from so many different teaching styles. I love it. And we have so much talent on our team. Our directors, our upline directors, our national executive director is Becky Ishii. You'll no doubt see her name, and she's a great source all the way, our entire team, and we're here for you, and we are here to cheer you on and just be connected and participate, because that way we can help. We want to help. Okay. All right. So now, what do you want to know? Let's see. Okay. We talked about outlines. We're going to share outlines. There's nothing to fear. We're going to even help you with word choices. We will help you with how to get those first parties booked. And the first thing you want to do, though, is just make that list, and you want to start asking people. So I want you to make a list of at least 40 names, and by it, I want you to put why you think they would enjoy hosting a party, in addition to helping you. Okay, so we know that would, because they would help you. But so is it because Wendy loves to bake? Is it because Pat loves to cook? Is it because Kathy is, really big on barbecues and entertaining and having people over? Is it because Laura is, known for her excellent cooking and sharing of ideas? Whatever it is, we want you to just jot down by their names a quick note on why you think they would enjoy hosting a party, because everybody wants to know what's in it for them, whether they say it or not. Okay, so what's in it for me is you would be helping me launch my business, and I would be so appreciative. Like, for the rest of my life, I would owe you, dinner and drinks and happy hour. But for you, not only would you get my friendship and dinner and drinks and happy hour, but you'd also get a kitchen full of tools to help you when you're entertaining. You'll get a kitchen full of new tools that you get to choose that'll help you with your baking. So you really want to personalize it and let them know what's in it for them, because they do get a lot of stuff when they host a party. Okay, so don't judge anybody. Don't judge anybody. Don't say, well, I'm not going to ask Pat because I know she doesn't really like to cook. And I'm not going to ask Wendy because I'm afraid she'll say no. And I'm not going to ask Shirley because, well, I'm going to take advantage of our friendship. Stop that. Just invite everybody, because I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes your biggest parties will be with the people that you least expected to host a party, and that you're surprised by. those are the ones that will sometimes have the biggest parties going. So the answer is always no until you ask and give them the opportunity to say yes. So I always say, make them tell you no. I tell them, I raise my children that way. If they wanted something, or if it was something that they weren't sure about and they didn't know what the outcome was going to be, then I would just say, well, you know what? Ask them, make them tell you no. All they can do is say no, and they might say yes. And you'll be surprised how often people say yes because they want to help you. And it doesn't hurt that they're going to get recipes and kitchen tips and cooking inspiration, because right now, guess what? People are cooking at home. So you really want to let people know, I'm not only going to be selling products to you and your friends, I'm going to be sharing cooking inspiration, tips and ideas and recipes that are going to make your life easier, especially right now while we're all cooking. So, and you know what? I just heard today from a new consultant that she had stopped cooking. She'd gotten out of the habit of cooking until the last couple of months with the COVID-19 situation, and that she was enjoying cooking again, and that she was really looking forward to it because she was enjoying it. So people are cooking, and right now they need what we have to offer. You know what else people need? What we have to offer is they need the income that we have to offer. The fact of the matter is, a lot of people have been laid off from their jobs or furloughed. And so that's where building your team comes in. And remember that $3,000 pot of gold that's sitting on the table that Pampered Chef would love to give you? That's for helping people get started. When you've helped 5 people start their business, and the 5 of you, so the 5 people you've helped get started, plus yourself, so your little team, when you have submitted and everyone submitted $5,000 in team sales, you're going to promote to director, and you're going to get a $1,000 bonus. You're going to get a $500 bonus. No, I'm not saying this right. I went away from my notes. No, you're going to get a $500 bonus when you promote to director. For every person you help get started on your team for the first 90 days, you're going to get a $100 bonus. Okay, so if you help 10 people, that's $1,000. If you help 5 people, that's $500. When you promote to director, that's $500. When someone on your team promotes to director, that's $500. When you promote to advanced director, because you've promoted a director, that's another $1,000. So the other thing is, for your first 90 days, you earn free products. Has everybody looked online? You know what you're going to get for your free products? You know where to find it? Look under Fast Start. So remember, under Dash, go to the purple rectangle where it says Dash, and you're going to type in Launch List, and you're going to type in Fast Start. And it's going to show you all the products that you can earn for the first 90 days in addition to getting paid. You don't just get paid in spatulas, you get paid in a paycheck. And you get paid twice a month. You get paid on the 7th and on the 21st. The 7th is your paycheck from the 15th to the 30th of the previous month. And then when you submit sales from the 1st to the 15th, you get paid on the 21st. And it's going to be directly deposited into that bank account that you've already set up. Okay. What else?
Terry, can I say one thing?
Yes.
When you recruit, when you're in your first 90, or depending on when you signed up, 120 days, when you recruit, you get the $100 when they qualify.
When they qualify, correct. Sorry.
Correct. Yeah, they have to turn in $1,250, and then in their first 90 days, and then you get your $100.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In order to accept directorship, though, they don't have to be qualified. They just have to be active, meaning they've submitted sales. So, and it's really, I recruited 2 people before my kid ever came in because I was so excited. So that launch list that you're going to make, that list of 40 names or so, when you're going through your list and you're thinking, how could these people benefit from hosting a party? You might ask yourself, how might they benefit from some extra income? Because the average virtual cooking party right now is almost $600. And so your commission right off the bat is going to be $120 to $150 in commission on average. So if you're making $120 in commission, who do you know, and you're doing 4 parties, you could easily have a $500 paycheck. Easily. Who do you know that could use that kind of income? Is there someone that you know that could use extra income to pay off a bill? Is there someone you know that could use extra income because they don't like their job, or they've been laid off from their job, or they're off for the summer because of maybe they're a teacher and finally their summer is starting. So those are things that I would have you look at when you're looking at your launch list, because when you help someone get started and they start along with you, the excitement, it is so much more fun to play together and find things together and test recipes together, even if it's virtually. Even if you say, hey, I'm going to test this recipe for dinner tonight, I'll let you know how it goes. And you play that way and you text back and forth. It's so much fun to start with someone you know. And I mean, it really is. That's how, when I started, I had my first 2 recruits were neighbors. They were friends, and we had so much fun starting together. One of them babysat out of her home, and she was tired of doing it, but she needed the income. And the other one was new in town and had not found a job yet. And so, and then I was a stay-at-home mom that was not making ends meet and needed money. So the 3 of us, we had totally different backgrounds, but really loved it together. So anyway, so that's, I mean, I could keep going all night, but I'm not going to. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, and I promised not to overwhelm you with information. So I left a couple of minutes here. If anybody has any questions, no question is stupid. Don't be afraid to ask anything. We are here to help you. So any question about anything we've covered so far, or what you need to just feel confident at this point, having just getting started. Laura. I see Laura raising her hand. Are you muted? No, okay.
A question about the free product that we can earn for the fall during May and June.
Yes, okay.
Do we have both months to get to the last, or does it everything, like whatever we do in May resets again in June, or does it continue?
That whatever you do in May resets in June. So in May, there are levels that you can earn free products. All consultants, directors and consultants. Directors have a chance to earn a second set for free. And so there's the seven, this is a test, 750, 1500, 3000, and 6000 are the 4 levels, right? Okay, so then that's for these products that you can earn in May. Then in June, you get to do it again. So in June, you can earn 4 levels again. So there's a lot of new products coming out in the fall.
Okay.
And yeah, so you'll have a chance to earn 2 months in a row worth of new products in the fall. And you get paid commission at the same time. Okay. All right. All right. Any other questions? Good question. So if you're new and you're just getting started, you can earn the products as a new consultant in the free-for-all for all consultants, but you can also earn in the fast track for consultants for being a new consultant. So plus you earn commission, plus you can earn bonuses. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a really generous program. Okay. Any other questions? Sandy?
Very. How long, like if there was someone who was recruited and did not last for a long time, and so they have gone inactive, how long do they have to wait before they can sign up again?
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, not long at all. 6 months.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks.
And you know what? Timing is everything, because the fact of the matter is, in a different time in your life, and sometimes it doesn't take a very big time difference. So if there's anybody that was a consultant in the past and the time just wasn't right, it may be a totally different story this time around. So yeah, that's a great way to think about it, is to re-invite someone.
Like it maybe wasn't the right time for them or myself.
Exactly.
That's a lot. It wasn't my right time because it was.
And here's the thing. So y'all recruit them and we'll help you train them. Okay. Until you're comfortable with training, you're always welcome to come back here and do this training again. So this will be every Wednesday night, at least through the end of July, is what I have on my calendar. And we'll just keep going. We'll reevaluate if we want to change days of the week or whatever. But for the time being, we're set for Wednesday nights. And then Thursday night, tomorrow night, is going to be a really important training, because it's how you get started with virtual parties. And it's going to be, we're going to really explain to you the whys and wherefores, why we do the way we do, what Facebook allows and doesn't allow, how to kind of make it all work, how to get to know people and interact with people so that you build a relationship, because that's how it doesn't feel like it's just, internet sales. And so we will teach you how to do that. And that's tomorrow night. And go to your team's, Zoom link. There's a Zoom link for it. And you're welcome to join tomorrow night for that. And that's a little bit longer. It was about 45 minutes. And it's tomorrow night, and it starts at 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern. And I think you'll really enjoy it. And in fact, a couple of people who have been around for a long time said last week that it was like a light bulb for them. So, and feel free to join more than once if you want to. I sometimes need training. I need to be active in training, do it, and then come back to the training in order for it to really sink in. Okay. All right. Any other questions before we go? Who will we see tomorrow night? Will we see anybody tomorrow night? Yay. Okay, good.
I
So
just,
we'll see you.
I just want to say it's a lot of information. Like on Thursday, it was so much information. I was just like overwhelmed
Okay.
by
Well,
it.
then come back
And
tomorrow.
it's taken me several days, and I've had to go through each step several times before it finally, and I think it finally clicked.
Yes.
I think
So
I got
come back tomorrow night, Sandy. So then you can
will.
get reinforcement. And
will.
that's why tonight is separate from tomorrow night, because we don't want it to be so overwhelming. This is a very separate topic. So, okay, well, very good. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to your directors, and we will, I'm not really posting the replay unless it's someone who absolutely has something that is, set in stone and can't ever make it on a Wednesday night. So, anyway, thank you all for joining us. We're glad you're here, and I'm going to stop the recording if I can figure out how.